Tonight, 7 people, including a 2-year-old girl, were shot in Philadelphia's Strawberry Mansion neighborhood. It happened just before 6 o'clock on West Norris Street near the James G. Blaine School. The school district says 5 of the victims, all teenagers, attended the after-school program there. They were taken to the hospital. Police say that one of the teens is in critical condition. No arrests have been made.
You can see blood splatterings from the shooting last night from the children running. They was getting hit, man, running from machine gun fire, man. They just, like, we slaughtering each other, man. It's just slaughtering the babies. But, like, just, these were children. These were not grown-ups that was getting shot, man. And this is the stuff that's going on out here, man. They didn't even come clean it up. They didn't even come clean it up. But they got shot at the school. They got shot at the school, and they ran about a block and a half. Bloody. So it's like a bloody trail about a block and a half for them running, man. And this was at an elementary school, so whoever the other gang was, they must have waited for them to come outside. When they came outside, they just opened fire. But this is the stuff that's going on. Like I said, man, we not on the keyboard, we outside in the streets, man. We out here, man. Urban Nerves, our organization, out here with the other organizations. Out here, man, we out here trying our best, man, to try to make it different. Yeah, trying to survive, OG. Yeah, peace.
Down and Aisha Richardson. Yeah, Aisha, you know, we always ask you about bringing resources to the community. What kind of, are we doing something to pull resources together right now about this?
Well, thanks to the work that you did with the budget, $100 million has been allocated for the next 3 years for crime and violence prevention. We have about 13 organizations in the 3rd Senatorial District that have received $11 million. Some of those programs are same-day work for young people, so that they don't have to be out here on the corner making a quota. They can come in and they can get skills and they can build a resume so that they can help build their families. So this money is about building our community one person at a time, one family at a time. You stabilize a person, you stabilize a neighborhood, you stabilize a community, you stabilize a whole city.
Yo, Sister Talia, you've been doing some work out and you've been working with Aisha out in the streets for us. Tell us what City of Dreams is doing.
City of Dreams, we go block by block, you know, with leadership from you and Sister Aisha. You know, that's how we really touch these families, block by block, family by family. Until we really start breaking down what's going on in our homes and rebuilding our foundations, beginning with our caretakers, and that's when we rebuild our foundations.
Yo, brothers, I know out here we've been wilding out, look, but these are the sisters that are going to shut it down.
At the same time, crowds were lining up to honor a fallen Temple police sergeant. Officers from the same police precinct that responded to his shooting 5 nights earlier were called to a mass shooting tonight right near a North Philadelphia school. And details on that shooting are still breaking tonight. At least 7 people have been shot. The youngest victim, a toddler, just 2 years old. I'm Jason Martinez.
I'm Sheba Russell. The gunshot started just as the after-school program at the Blaine School was letting out, sending the victims racing back into the schoolyard for cover. Chris has been following the story all night long for us. He's live at police headquarters.
And Chris, what are you learning?
Well, guys, an awfully violent night in the city. Philadelphia police are now saying a total of 7 victims of that mass shooting tonight in the Strawberry Mansion section of Philadelphia, including that 2-year-old girl and 5 other teenagers, all students at schools in the Philadelphia School District. All of those victims are still in the hospital tonight, and there have been no arrests. Let's take you to the scene around 6 o'clock tonight. It all happened on the corner of 31st and Norris Streets when at least 30 shots were fired just before 6, about a block away from where an after-school program was letting out at the James G. Blaine School. A 31-year-old woman was shot. Her 2-year-old daughter was also shot in the leg while getting her diaper changed. 5 other teenagers were also shot, all of them transported to area hospitals. All are stable tonight. Police Commissioner Danielle Outlaw saying the shooting may have been a retaliation.
As a parent myself, I absolutely understand the worry and the fear that whether you're a parent or not, that you have just walking up and down the street in the neighborhood. So I wouldn't take that away from anybody. And I'm not trying to make excuses or justify anything. What I'm saying is that we're constantly working around the clock to ensure that what we're doing is effective and not just throwing bodies at a situation. We want to make sure that this doesn't continue to happen.
Now, Skyfox over the scene tonight where police were poring over the ballistic evidence. Witnesses say they heard many, many gunshots, including one man we spoke with who was a shooting victim himself twice before.
It frightens me to even want to step out and speak in a positive way because it's just like nobody cares no more.
And now this statement from Mayor Jim Kenney tonight. Schools and other public places must remain safe havens for youth in the community. It's heartbreaking and infuriating to learn of another shooting occurring on or near school grounds. I am praying for the victims involved. Once again, so far, police have made no arrests. They have no descriptions of that suspect. And once again, that little 2-year-old girl remains at Children's Hospital in Philadelphia tonight in stable condition.
Chris, the police commissioner in her press conference mentioned that this section of Strawberry Mansion is pretty quiet. And when you mentioned a possible retaliation shooting here, did the police commissioner mention anything about one or more of the victims being targeted here?
They don't believe the 31-year-old and obviously the 2-year-old victim. They don't think they were targeted. They're not sure of those other teenagers right now. They're still trying to piece it all together, but they do think this may have been a retaliation from another crime earlier.
Well, the mayor's right. It's infuriating to just have to go through this over and over again. It's a broken record in our city. Chris, thank you very much. Let's sort through this again because it's a lot. There's a lot to really process and a lot of moving parts. But the school district kind of went into some more details tonight about these victims. 5 of the victims, all of the teens hit, are students in the district at 4 different schools. The toddler and the 31-year-old woman are the sibling and mother of one of the victims. The district says 2 teens shot, a 16 and 17-year-old, are also siblings at the same hospital tonight.
It's terrifying for the young people. One of them is here tonight at Temple University Hospital in critical condition. So tomorrow, the emergency crisis response team will be deployed to the 4 schools where these 5 kids attended.
Now, as Chris mentioned, the injuries range from critical to a graze wound. Right now, there are no suspects in custody. We'll stay on top of this story and bring you more details as soon as we get them.
Yeah, we out here, Blaine Elementary School. 7 kids were shot last night, and the 31-year-old. And those 7 kids that were shot, it was also a 2-year-old that was shot. You know, and the question that I'm always asking is the State Department here in Pennsylvania. After the shutdown, we had over 570 something homicides. These kids are running around with fully automatic machine guns. I'm talking about in every shooting scene now was over 75 rounds. These kids jumping out of vehicles masked up. Everybody's walking around with masks, and the shooters are getting younger and younger and younger. Everybody shot other than that 31-year-old was under 17, down to 2 years old. So, you know, you have a lot of city activists, you know, people out here, man, and we're trying our best to try to curb this stuff, man, but we're not getting no help from the State Department, man. You know, it's you know, here in the Commonwealth in Philadelphia, it's hard for you to get a gun. But then you can just order the parts online, put the guns together, you put a switch on it, and have a machine gun down. You got children running around with machine guns, man. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable what's going on, man. But I just want to talk to the people, man. Man, listen, get in the house, man, and protect your children, man. Please, please protect your children.